Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Good evening and welcome. Welcome to Kardec Radio. My name is Teresa Castro, and I'm the host for the Prayer for Peace program every day at 6 p.m. Please join us. Different host every day. And so today, before our prayer for peace, our message comes out of the book Watch and Pray, and it's page 101, and it's entitled In Peace. This message is by the Spirit Brother Joseph, and it's psychographed by Carlos A. Pacelli. And we know he's a medium in Brazil. Hi, Slavic. Welcome. Thank you for signing in. So Carlos Pacelli is a medium in Brazil who has done a lot of work for the dissemination of Spiritism. He not only wrote several books, but he has a home for orphan children and a home for the elderly that have financial restrictions. And so he brings us this message that is entitled In Peace from Brother Joseph, the Spirit Brother Joseph. And so this is how the message goes. If you keep your conscience in peace, evil will not touch you. No matter how small the light, darkness will dissolve where it shines. The voice of slander has no strength to echo. Criticism with harmful intentions highlights the merits of those who intend to destroy. Do good and do not worry about advocating for your own cause. Most of the time, those who persecute you are sick and require compassion. Do not give more than 2 minutes to listen to those who bring you unhappy news about you. And do not listen for 1 minute to those who seek you out to denigrate others. If you want to live in peace, do not assimilate the blow of disturbance. Very clear message, a lot of clarity in that one, for sure. Thank you, Brother Joseph. Thank you, Carlos Pacelli. And this is a perfect message for our prayer, before our prayer. And he reminds us about keeping a clear conscience, because he says, if you keep your conscience in peace, evil will not touch you. And we know from the Gospel according to Spiritism in chapter 5, blessed are the afflicted. I believe it's the Spirit Fenelon. It's in the Spirit Teachings where he talks about, peace on earth is a relative peace. And the closest we can come to experiencing peace is by having a clear conscience. And so he's reminding us here that, if you want to experience peace, keep our conscience clear, and then we don't have to be afraid of what people are saying about us or having negative intentions toward us. And I love here that he says, do not give more than 2 minutes to listen to those who bring you unhappy news about yourself. So it reminds me of, learning in a philosophy class that they said, treat criticism like, they said, treat criticism with a grain of salt. Don't take it too personal, but look for the truth in it. And, we are told, keep your enemies close because they will tell you the truth. And so I really like that. That helps us to remember not to spend too much time on, what people have to say about us. And then he says, don't even listen for 1 minute when they're just wanting to criticize or slander somebody else, which I think is really good advice, because it's easy to get caught up in that misery love company and, gossip. He says, if you want to live in peace, do not assimilate the blow of disturbance. So it's like, don't even take that one little nibble into it. Let it, let it pass by us, just like boats sailing on the river, and just visualize it just passing right by. And I think this can be a hard area where he says, do good and do not worry about advocating for your own cause. And this can be difficult for us to, especially when we feel injustice or indignated. And we remember in Paul and Stephen, the father of Stephen, he was very indignant about what the Romans were doing to him as a Jewish person, and he felt it was very unfair. And he kept fighting them harder and harder, but he was only destroying himself more and more. So it is that silent resignation. It doesn't mean that we agree with people, and I think this is hard for us because we want to give voice to how we feel. But Brother Joseph is reminding us here that most of the time, those who persecute us, they're sick and they require compassion. And also, he says that when people have, harmful intentions, it's just highlighting their merits, that they basically don't have any, because their intentions are to destroy. So, I guess it's just that coming back to God is in charge, and let us, make the best of what life hands us. So I'll invite you now, if you can, to join me in a prayer for peace, remembering that this peace begins within ourselves, and we can find this peace as we live with a clear conscience. Take a deep breath, letting the body relax, letting the mind relax, opening the heart, connecting with Mother Earth, Divine Creator, Blessed Mother. We enter into this prayer with the intention of peace for our brothers and sisters who are facing harsh trials, pain and suffering. We pray that the earth may feel your love, divine light that already surrounds us, inviting us to fill our hearts with love. Recognizing within ourselves that divine flame, that piece of you, we pray may be better reflected. And we pray for courage for ourselves, for our brothers and sisters, those who are facing great loneliness, feeling abandoned, neglected, perhaps abused. We pray that we may have the courage to continue to express love, even in the face of non-love. We pray for our world leaders, for those in power, those who have great authority over many, that they may become more receptive to their guardian spirits and the good spirits that surround them, remembering themselves and their missions and the greater good. And we pray for spiritist centers across all nations, that we may hold true to these divine principles that have been so beautifully codified and passed to us, that we may too remember our missions in passing to others. We also express gratitude for the ongoing protection, guidance, inspiration that we receive here at Kardec Radio, affording us the opportunity to care for our spirit, to practice knowing and understanding ourselves more than just a body. We are very grateful, and God willing, we will meet again next week. And for now, we close this prayer session, and so be it. Thank you so much for joining, my friends. Have a good week, and let's go forward in our week practicing to live in peace by doing that nightly review, taking a look at ourselves, and remembering to address the plank in our own eye before we go after that speck in someone else's. Many blessings. Hope to and look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much.